And so just 10 days to go for one of the biggest sporting event in the world. And of course, the excitement is kind of getting piling up as now these squads have now been started to get officially announced. And among them, it's Brazil. The mighty Brazil have finally made their 26-man squad list official. And that's why today there is a lot to discuss about, from lineups to tactics to predict 11. There is a lot to discuss about. But first of all, if you're new over here, do make sure you subscribe the channel. And now, without any further ado, let's just get to it. So finally, the most awaited squad list of Brazil is now officially announced. And to be honest, there are a lot of surprising selections as well as omissions from the squad list by the Brazilian head coach Tite. But first of all, when you look at this squad, the very initial reaction of any football fan would be like just wow. I mean, look at their squad, it's completely filled with ballers and superstars. And I'm telling you, you can put out two different playing 11s out of this squad and I'm damn sure both of them have that potential, both of them will have that kind of potential to reach up to the finals. Because their squad is completely filled with talent. And to be honest, that's the reason why Brazil is now named as the most favorite to win the Qatar World Cup. And starting with the goalkeepers list, well, it itself kind of stacked with superstars like Alisson from Liverpool, who would be the first choice goalkeeper without any doubt, and Ederson from Manchester City. The reason why Alisson would be the first choice because he's a more two-dimensional goalkeeper. He's better at shot stopping as well as he can distribute the ball well. Of course, Ederson's ball distribution qualities are world class, but still, I think his shot stopping capabilities are kind of questioning. But anyway, Brazil also have another option in the goalkeepers in the form of Everton from Palmeiras. And moving on to the next list, well, it is of defenders, starting with Danilo, a right back from Juventus, Dani Alves, a 38-year-old Dani Alves. I think Dani Alves is the oldest Brazilian to play the World Cup. And yeah, it's a great fit, but I really didn't thought he could make up to the World Cup squad. But anyway, that's a kind of surprising selection. And moving on, it's Alexandro, a left back, and Alex Telles from Sevilla, both are the left back. And the central defenders that this Brazil team have are just mind-blowing because all these three are in red hot form. Marquinhos, Thiago Silva, Eder Militao. I mean, all these three are starting material. And with all of them, a Bremer, a backup option, I think Gabriel from Arsenal, I think he deserves a spot in this Brazilian team. You know, that was kind of a surprising omission from Tite. And the next list is of midfielders: Casemiro from Manchester United, Fabinho from Liverpool, Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle United. He's a fan favorite at Newcastle. And another one, Fred from Manchester United, Lucas Paqueta from West Ham. And last but not the least, Everton Ribeiro, who has taken that Brazilian league by storm. And he's also in a red hot form. And that's why he's a great backup option. And now moving on to the attackers list, well, this is where it gets all exciting. I mean, starting with Neymar, Vinicius Jr., Gabriel Jesus, Antony, Rafinha, Richarlison, Gabriel Martinelli, Rodrigo, and Pedro from Flamengo. This kind of attackers list is kind of a head scratcher for any coach, like, because all these players are top-notch players and you can start any one of them and they can deliver without any doubt. And that's why to choose a playing 11 from this squad, it's gonna be a head scratcher for Tite. And the most highlighting thing from this selection, especially from the attackers list, is the omission of Roberto Firmino and Felipe Coutinho. Well, okay, at a point you can understand about Felipe Coutinho, he's not in a great touch. But if you look at Roberto Firmino's stats, well, he's doing well, he's kind of performing well in this Premier League. So yeah, his omission must be due to some tactical reason. But before we move on to the predicted lineup, let's just first understand the tactics of this Brazilian national team. Well, undoubtedly Brazil has some of the best talent in their squad right now, and also their style of play from past few years have been quite developed. Their actions both on and off the ball have become more structured and well organized. Tite has introduced a heavy positional system where wingers that stays high and wide to stretch out the pitch, and given the dribbling qualities they have, these Brazilian wingers have, that's why Tite forced them to stay out wide and get more into 1v1 position from where they could get more threatening, and also they could stretch out the defense line of the opposition, which could create spaces in the central areas for players like Neymar and Lucas Paqueta to operate from that half spaces. And most probably Brazil in this World Cup will play with a 4-2-3-1 formation with forming double pivot. The first one would be Casemiro, and along with him it could be Fred or Lucas Paqueta depending upon the opposition. Like if opposition kind of pressing high up on the pitch, Fred would be more useful, and if opposition is kind of just parking the bus, Lucas Paqueta would be really useful because he could operate as an attacking midfielder. And also if you look at the group that Brazil have got in this World Cup, which is the Group G, which have the teams like Serbia, Switzerland and Cameroon, and looking at them, I think they will also choose to park the bus against this mighty Brazil. And that's why Tite could, use more attacking players into his playing 11. And that's why we might see Lucas Paqueta a lot, especially in the group stages. And behind that double pivot, it would be back four. But to be honest, on the ball, Brazil adapts to a 3-5-2 formation, which marks the deficiencies of their fullback. And I guess that's the only area where Brazil are actually weak. And with this 3-2-5 formation, one of the fullback, mostly Danilo, inverts and from a double pivot. And this allows another center midfielder who is pairing with Casemiro to move more into those advanced positions. And the other fullback kind of forms a back three, which is mostly kind of left back or Alex Telles. And in defensive phases, Brazil adapts to more of a traditional 4-4-2 shape, but also with a very high counter-pressing system, where they does not allow opposition to have the time on the ball. So overall, this Brazilian team plays with high tempo and intensity, with a well-organized and structured team on the pitch. And also, given that the players, the qualities they have, they can easily interchange the position depending upon the opponents. That's why this team is very fluid and also very unpredictable from where the attack would start. And now finally we can move on to the predicted lineup, and for me, this would be the best starting line for the Brazil in this World Cup. It's in a formation of 4-2-3-1, and at the start, at the goal, it would be Alisson, as we all discussed, and at the back it would be the partnership of Thiago Silva and Eder Militao. Eder Militao is, as always, he's very good on the ball, and Thiago Silva, as we all know, he's a great leader who can lead the back line. And at the right back position, it would be Danilo and Dani Alves. But of course, Dani Alves won't get much of that starting time. That's why Danilo would be the only option to start at that position. And at the left back, it would be Alex Telles from Manchester United. Sevilla. He has been gone to Sevilla. And into the midfield, well, Casemiro, of course, without any doubt, he is irreplaceable at that position in this Brazil's team. And with him, well, you could pair Lucas Paqueta, as we discussed. If team is kind of parking the bus, Lucas Paqueta would be a great option. Or if you want to get more control on this left side, you can start Fred over here. Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle, if I'm pronouncing his name right, he's fan favorites over there. But anyway, he also can, give that kind of solidity that you expect from a central defensive midfielder. And also he can get into the more advanced position to link up with Neymar. But for me, Lucas Paqueta is a great option, because the link up, or the connection between Neymar and Lucas Paqueta is magical, and that's why it will help a lot for Brazil. And that's why it's a partnership to watch out for this in this Qatar World Cup. And at the flank on the right side, well, Rafinha over Antony. I mean, both are of same profile. Both have that kind of same profile who both likes to cut inside. But I think Rafinha has great work rate, and also the quality of the balls he provides into the box are far more better than Antony. And especially for players like Vinicius Jr., who always makes those inside runs, this kind of long balls would be a great option for Brazil too in the attack. And of course, at the left wing, as we discussed, it should be Vinicius Jr. without any doubt. Even though they have Gabriel Martinelli, who has been in red hot form, but still I think Vinicius Jr. is different gravy. And at the number 10 position, or at the false 9 position, it would be Neymar, who would have all the freedom to operate on the pitch. And of course, he's the one to watch out in this World Cup, because he has more than 12 goals in this season, and as well as assists, 10 plus assists. So yeah, keep an eye on him. And at the number 9 position, it should be Gabriel Jesus, because the way he play in those tight spaces or into the small kind of pockets inside the box, I think he would be a great threat. And also the connection between Neymar and Gabriel Jesus, the 1-2s inside the box, would be a thing to watch out for from this Brazilian team. So yeah, this is my predicted lineup for Brazil. I mean, there are a lot of quality options that you could fit in. You can also play with a 4-3-3 formation. I think Tite likes to experiment. It would be dependent on the opposition how this Brazilian team will line up. But for me, this is the best, or this is the strongest lineup that Tite could actually use on the pitch. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. I think Brazil, of course, without any doubt, are one of the most favorite to win this World Cup. But still, you cannot deny that it's game of football. It's the game of football. But irrespective of what happens in the World Cup, even if they don't win it, it doesn't matter, because one thing is for sure, that they are gonna lit up this World Cup. Because this Brazilian team is always have that kind of vibe. They will bring that samba vibe into this event, and of course, it will lit up. And it will make event much more better to watch. And of course, it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch this young, star-studded, talented Brazilian team, who are of course the favorites to win the World Cup. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching the video. Do make sure you subscribe the channel and also like and share this video. And as usual, I'll meet you soon with another new video. Until that time, as you all know, just enjoy the game.